Hello, and welcome back to Cultist Simulator. Last time we left off, we were playing with our detective, who we lovingly named Aberdeen, and today we'll be picking up with him. So I'm going to quickly swap over to the gameplay capture there. Lovely. So we've got the shake little animatic, and we are good to go. So I'm just doing some sound checks on mine as well now, so that's all going well. Okay, so here at the menu, we're going to continue then. Where are we? We have loaded the game. So, just for anyone who missed the first stream, or it's been over a week now, so I might as well give a bit of a refresher. We are playing as a detective by the name of Aberdeen. We went through a bit of his backstory in the last stream, so if you want to catch, the ancient lore, be my guest. But more or less, his job is to investigate cases of the occult persuasion. So, if people are rumored to be doing, mischievous things that they shouldn't be doing, Aberdeen is one of the detectives who's kind of sent to take care of it. Now, last time, Aberdeen did a fair bit of self-improvement. He's increased his health, dramatically increased his reason. Even his passion's going up there a little bit. Yeah, we're actually reading sentimental literature at the moment. So, yeah, he's working on becoming a more passionate individual. Now that he's, I'd say, peaked more or less in terms of his levels of reason. So, without any further ado, oh, of course, sorry, I do want to mention we did end up learning 3 different languages last time, which was pretty good. But yes, without any further ado, we are now going to see if we can capture Enid, a troublemaker of the occult persuasion. Right, so click on the work tab, pop the inspector's position card in, and ooh, what if I were a kind of ascension? Oh, I didn't realize I could do this. I have one favor with the authorities. I could use this to win myself a promotion to a place in the hierarchy of the bureau itself. This is a minor victory ending. Ooh, I feel like Aberdeen is adequately strong-minded that we would want to go for an ascension like this. So I'll keep it on the table. But I'm gonna work alongside this for the time being, simply because of the fact that I want the chat to decide whether they want Aberdeen to stay on the straight and narrow, or whether they want him to, divert a little bit. So once we get more people looking at the stream, hopefully we'll be able to make decisions. In the meantime, I am going to work towards the goal of Aberdeen maybe going a little crooked. We'll see how it goes. Ultimately, it's something I have complete control over at almost all times. So we should be grand. We should be well set. So I'm going to take this out of here then, and we have. Is any of this evidence mine? Whoops. Pop you in there. That's evidence against me. That's evidence I can use. All right, we're going to take some reason then, and we're going to see if we can convert this evidence against Enid, who is a troublemaker, into some more useful materials. We're going to pursue the investigation. Lovely, and we've got that underway now. What's in here? Discuss occult business with the follower. Oh, that's right. I'm just talking to this guy in case I need him. Right. I don't need him for now though, so I'm just going to keep chatting to him there to extend his contract artificially, I suppose. We got the favor there. Yeah, we'll just leave it there with the detective. And we are studying sentimental literature at the moment, so that's good. Alright, so we're just going to get time ticking ahead then. But yeah, so Aberdeen's doing quite well. He's really gotten into his work a lot more. And after he cracked that big tough case with Violet not too long ago, that's just at the Cabaret Club, he's been feeling much better about himself. You know what? He's also quite loaded, so he's gonna pop off to the bookstore and grab some more books. Yeah, the detective role, for anyone who's curious and is playing this game themselves, it makes an incredible amount of money, especially if you're good at hunting down troublemakers. So that's certainly advantageous. Okie dokie. We're not doing any dreaming just yet because, I haven't found a good narrative reason for Aberdeen to be corrupted, if you get me. So whilst if there's no reason for him to, divert his attentions away from the enforcement of the law, I mean, then why would he? You know? Okay, well, this is an interesting book. The Orca Transfigurations, Volume 2. A 16th century alchemical fever dream. Attributed to Robert Flood, frequently banned for the disturbing allure of its illustrations. This is in the original Latin. Lovely. Well, we know Latin, so that's absolutely not going to be an issue. Pop you there. And I was talking with the professional muscle. I'll keep talking with you because I have no one else to talk to. I hired this guy to, like, I don't know, maybe hurt someone's legs or something, but I've just been chatting to him because, you know, Aberdeen gets a little lonely. But, like, don't we all? You know, I suppose he's not special like that. But at the same time, ooh, progress, lovely. At the same time, he'll make his own way. The constant clatter of closing doors, the damp stains on the station walls, the smell of boot polish and unwashed constables. All this narrows to a single crystalline truth. I've made progress, and earned myself some overtime pay. So yeah, like that is quite good. And I have some damning evidence now as well, which means that if I just were to quickly grab my inspector's position, take this damning evidence, and then were to grab the remainder of my reason, we might be able to actually bag Enid, this troublemaker here, for her occultish crimes. This tentative evidence is not against me, and that's a glimmering I have. Lovely. Any exploration jumps out at me. There's the Exodus Club, where we go if we're feeling a little bit down. Oriflamme's Auction House. Oh, I feel like I actually tried to invite the hired thug to the Exodus Club at one point. So that was kind of funny. I don't really have anything I want to sell at the moment. There's kind of no point going to the auction house, unless of course I wanted to go to buy. You know what? I don't think I'd have a problem with that. See if we could pick up some extra stuff. Because I think it's a little bit faster going here than it is to Moreland's bookshop. Ooh. It is a book. A true and complete accounting of the Aspletian mysteries of the roots of the house. Reproduced by one Riley Grease from supposedly a much older text in Greek. You know what? We'll pick it up. I don't have an issue with that at all. Hopefully it's not too expensive. I mean, I could probably go to Moreland's if I just want to, like, clear out the bookshop. I could probably just buy Moreland's now, because, like, that is a lot of funds. Like, honestly, being a detective makes bank. And I could understand people wanting to see, like, you know, the minor victory that is getting fully promoted as a police constable. Honestly, I wouldn't be averse to it. I feel like Aberdeen is a very grounded individual. So I really don't have a problem with him going away like that, if you get me. It'd also be, like, you know, a nice point to continue on the stream. Right, let's see how we'll do with the funds here. Okay, 30 seconds to buy this. Just fair enough. I suppose, yeah, the auction house could take a little bit longer then. It would take a bit longer if there were multiple rounds of bidding. Oh, apparently I've gotten sick. That's less than ideal. And how's my despair doing? Despair abates. Each contentment destroys one dread. Sorry, you know what I'll do? Because if this is anyone's first exposure to the game, I will go easy with it, and I will explain everything I'm doing in a much more meticulous fashion. I think that'll honestly be easier listening if you don't know what's going on, because this game is very confusing, and I'll freely admit that. So, once things start up and things start happening again, I will explain. Actually, no, we can hop in here for a second, right? Ooh. So, this plate here is the passage of time. And every 60 seconds, I need to have one fund, or I'll get sick. The passage of time also tells you what kind of season it is. So the seasons define events that can happen inside the game. So this season is a season of ambitions. This is a season that the winds of the wood reverse direction, a time when appetites and mortals both rise. So we're either going to see some action from, oh, what's his name? From Aberdeen himself, or Enid could actually end up, oh, we're arresting Enid! Oh, well, Enid's not going to be doing anything then. Right, so, solving the case. I've turned over my evidence to the Assistant Director General of the Suppression Bureau. At this moment, I can assume hard-faced men in plain clothing are pounding on the door of my quarry. So we've now used the evidence we built against Enid, and we're going out to arrest her now for her occult activities. Oh, pardon me, sorry. Right, professional muscle. I'm just gonna keep chatting to you because I enjoy your company. It's been a while since I've hung out with a bro. And even though I had to pay you, you're still a bro to me. We are avoiding dreams, by the way, because the Detective Bureau, or the Suppression Bureau rather, issued a statement saying, you know, don't do certain things, try and avoid certain kinds of dreams, because as people who work in the Suppression Bureau, these detectives could be prone to the allure of the occult. But Aberdeen, so far, is resisting. Alright. We've gathered ourselves a lovely book, a collection of essays. Study to gain an erudition lesson learned. Right, that's very handy actually. Because those can sometimes be quite difficult to come across. Moreland shop. Head back there whilst we've got the cash. Because when we catch Enid, we're going to make bank. Like, we're easily going to hit 36, 37 health pieces. Yes, this by the way is an affliction. So last season must have been like Season of Sickness. And in that season, you get this sickness plate, which will consume a health. After the Season of Sickness has passed, or not the Season of Sickness, but after this like plate has spun out, like after this timer counts down, you will suffer an affliction. And it is possible to cure an affliction with medicine or vitality, which I can explain then in a bit once we actually get that affliction. Lovely jubbly. So, if we continue on the ways here, we're just waiting for the timers at the moment. We can speed up time a little bit actually, just to get some more action going, because I don't think there's anything here I desperately need to organize. Okay. And we've also gotten ourselves a collection of poetry. Lovely, so 2 sets of books there. Ooh, I actually might locate the collection of essays here, just for convenience sake. What else will I explore? Let's keep going. Ooh, I could explore a fleeting reminiscence. What does that do again? Old emotions will come to roost. Alright. We'll see where we go with that. We've gotten ourselves another glimmer. Lovely. And if we study these 2 glimmerings together, we will gather ourselves a lesson learned. And hopefully that will allow us to do a bit more in terms of increasing our passion and making Aberdeen a bit more of a passionate individual. Part of his backstory was that he ended up having marital issues, and one of the chief causes, not the chief cause, but one of the chief causes was the fact that, you know, he just wasn't passionate enough for his wife, which was a complaint that is honestly probably quite fair. By the way, you'll see here I've taken the affliction and I've popped it into the slot here, and then I've taken funds to purchase medicine here. So I'm going to get that going, and we're going to recover that health, and we'll be dandy. No issues there. We just keep chatting the air off this lad here. Honestly, the professional muscle is remarkably patient. Oh, the temptation is regarding the sealed bureau file. Well, isn't that interesting? The Suppression Bureau holds their trials in closed court. They are not merciful. My quarry disappears from the world. I've earned myself a promotion. Really? Inspector's position. It's not the same position I've had before. Ah. So I could use this to, I could use this to... Oh boy. I could use this to get that promotion ending, if I was so inclined. And I could be. If that's what people want to see, I'll do it. But until then, I'm just going to keep amassing a library. I'm going to keep going as Aberdeen. So right. This little bracket, by the way, decides where new cards go, in case you hadn't like heard that or known that. So you can position that wherever you want, just to like have a convenient place for your cards to kind of spawn in once you collect them. And yeah, we're up to 36 funds now here, which is very, very good. But another miscreant. Aberdeen has his work cut out for him anyway. Righty-dighty. I can keep working as well. Something I do, something I know, or something I am. Okay. What work will I do then? Well, I don't really have, like, a job to do at the moment, so I suppose... probably paint. I don't see an issue with that. I don't have any restlessness. So my yearning isn't really based in restlessness, unfortunately, so there's not much I can do there to make my painting particularly good. As for the professional muscle... Right. Oh, we're gonna keep chatting to you. Yeah. I've noticed there's a slot up here now as well. So, I can... You know what? It is difficult to resist rereading the file. Add reason to strengthen resistance. I think I will, just for the time being. Because Aberdeen is disciplined. He is all discipline. I haven't lasted this long to give up so easily. That's very fair of you, Aberdeen. Get the timer going there again. How is that lesson going? Ah, I got some dread, which isn't ideal. What season is going to be next? Oh, it's going to be a season of visions. Okay, that's fine. As long as we don't get fascination, we won't be worried about visions. Now. If I were to explore anything, would it be another fleeting reminiscence? Nah, it doesn't really do much for me. I'm probably better off just going to the bookshop. Totally fair. Right. And we'll keep digging up the lot of you. See, I'm worried about the long-term implications of Aberdeen actually going and becoming a cultist. And the reason for that is that all of the characters he's captured are actually potential cultists that could have been in Aberdeen's cult. Now, this becomes an issue because of the fact that, like, you know, if he has a reduced pool of cultists to draw from, he may suffer further down the line, if you understand. Like, he's basically arresting talent in the industry. That's what it comes down to. But, my health is recovered, and I've gotten my health back. So that's good. This guy's evidence is almost worn off, which is lovely. And I will be able to resist the temptation of reading that file, which is good. Okay, so we've got a couple events coming in here now. We have a new book, The Locksmith's Dreams, Portions and Proportions. Second volume of Teresa Galmer's examination of the parallels and the mystic dreams of artisans. Frontispiece has been slashed with a razor. Interesting. Right, and we will pop you here among the library. As for the painting, we got some funds, but we did get a free glimmering. That's lovely. That's definitely a good thing. And we can go back to our inspector's position now. And actually, no, not just yet. We can go to this position. There are reports, troubling reports of this one. Cat Caro, along in the making. Cat Caro, she calls herself. She was once a fortune teller. No one seems to know exactly what she is now. Wow, she's actually quite a powerful cultist. Oh boy. She's exalted. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'll be honest with you guys, Aberdeen had been having a bit of a crisis at work. He was finding all of his cases far too easy. But Cat Caro appears to be quite the opposition. So you know what? Aberdeen's gonna give this investigation his all. He really is. Back to his inspector's position. The subject will be Cat Caro. Actually, can I use this evidence just against you, even though it was against someone else? Is that something I can do? Oh, it absolutely is. Well, all right then. Get ready, Cat Caro. Apparently, Enid had some connections with you in some way, and that evidence allows me to immediately get on your trail. So, unlucky shoes you're stepping into. The temptation has passed for now. Sealed bureau file, right? Collect that, and we'll carry on. As for exploration, I think honestly going back to the bookshop is the right call. And sure, let's pop a fund in there as well. Be no harm. Start that going. Lovely. Everything's just ticking along. We're gonna keep talking to the professional muscle because, you know, why wouldn't we? He's well off. We can take care of him. Right. Where are you, detective? What are you up to? What season is it next, actually? Season of Silence. These are the days of anticipation. Interesting. So maybe that probably just means nothing's gonna happen, which will be nice. It will be nice for kind of a nothing to happen at the end of all this. Okay, we have our sealed file there. Have these clubs. I'm gonna pop this reason over here. Actually, the reason dimmed can go down here. Another glimmering here. Are we making? We are currently combining some lessons learned. Lovely. Or no, we're not. We are just obtaining a fresh glimmering. Hopefully after all this now we'll be set. We'll be well set. So combining you and you. Actually, hang on. If I were to study passion. No. If I were to study a lesson learned. It's with the imagination, of course. So I study a vivid imagination. I only need 2 lessons learned. Right. Well, I'll grab these guys quickly then, and we will increase the tenacity of our imagination. That's exciting. I'll have these glimmerings here for now. Lovely. And we finished this job here. This job, I say. Ooh, the volume 1 of the Orca Transfigurations. Okay, so we actually have the first volume of that. We can pop this somewhere here. Yeah, lovely. Great, good, great. Lovely. No issues with our fascination. We're not going mad just yet. We are going to have another look at the exploration here, and I am going to send them back to... going to send Aberdeen back to Moreland's shop. So we close it up there. We continue along our way. These timers continue going. I am going to speed things up now because I feel like I've got a pretty confident handle on it. Oh my goodness! There's been progress made. My reason's dimmed, but I have the damning evidence I need, and a bunch of tentative evidence as well. That's a lot more funds for me. All right, Cat Caro, you may be quite the difficult person to pin down, but you're no match for Aberdeen. We're gonna wait a couple more seconds. Covered this reason here now, so we're going at you with 2 reason. You know, tracing all the steps back from the evidence relating to Enid to get to you wasn't easy, so that was quite draining on my intellectual resources. But now that we're on the trail, you know, the evidence will almost take care of itself. The hired muscle there being free to talk again, we'll just keep that up. Like, as long as the police don't cross me, I have no reason to cross the police. But it never hurts to have a little bit of a thug on your side. Another collection of essays. Delightful. Like, we'll grab that. Oh. We'll grab that and we'll be a well and away. Okay. Sorry, just repositioning things there to make my setup a little easier. Ah. Right, so, you know, I feel like I'm doing a lot of the technical talking, describing how the game is going, but, like, if anyone has any questions, please just do let me know in the chat. Right. Yeah, so, it's nice, it's nice. Things are going well. We're gonna go back to Moreland's, no issue. Gonna grab some funds here, and we'll be away with that. Ah. This is lovely. This is lovely. I do really enjoy doing the streams of Cult Simulator. Uh-oh. You are not going to get that evidence, are you? No. Haha. Burnt away. So, rather, I'll explain what the issue is with the Weary Detective. Right? So, the Weary Detective basically started investigating me because I was trying to chat with my very first rival, the first person I was investigating, a person named Violet. And when I talked to this person, it was quite suspicious. Apparently a policeman investigating the circumstances of his work is suspicious. So I actually had an internal review detective assigned to me. So this detective has kind of been going through my personal affairs to see if he can actually catch me out on anything. But he's not really going to, because I am the greatest detective in all of London. Now all I need to do is catch Cat Caro. There we go. Wonderful. Well, Cat Caro, you were evidently some kind of threat at some point, but not for Aberdeen. I will say Aberdeen is starting to get a little bit tired of the lack of a challenge. Aberdeen's a smart man, and he's readily becoming a more passionate man. And honestly, if the occultists aren't providing that bit of intellectual stimulation, did I say that right? I said stimulation, right? Intellectual stimulation he's been after. Well, I mean, what are we really hoping for? Also, what will this do? Yeah, okay, right. Nothing. Okay, and talking. Well, I see who it is. We're gonna just keep talking with him. There's not really anybody I feel I need to murder or anything. If a hunter has found notoriety, they will try to use it to create or upgrade evidence. If they're meticulous, they'll always succeed. If they're erratic, they're more likely to fail, but they can occasionally create evidence even without notoriety. This gentleman here is neither. So, you know what, that's fine. He's not gonna raise anything against me, which is perfectly dandy. Okay, with the Explorer option open, I'm going to go back to Moreland's shop, pick up some more books. You know, I was actually thinking about like how this game is a really interesting element of game design earlier. Or really, rather shows interesting aspects of game design. Because you might not know this, but this game is remarkably small. It's something like 300 megabits. Compared to a lot of games nowadays, like that go into 10, 20, 60, 120 gigabytes. Like, it's ridiculously small. And I love that, because at the end of the day, the premise is remarkably simple. Everything is just very polished up, and that's what makes it so good. Yeah, they found no new clues. Like, I don't get it. Right, I chat to one person, and all of a sudden, they're on my ass. Oh, wonderful. We managed to solve the case. Well, I'm only assuming there'll be another miscreant now. Ooh, an introduction to histories. The 17th century mystic and antiquarian Claude Hersault, I feel like I know that name, describes divergent incidents in 5 major histories. Interesting. We'll collect those, grab this book, put it in our little library. Now, I'm debating whether or not I want to assassinate the weary detective. Because, right, he's done nothing wrong, he's only doing his job. But he keeps hounding after me, despite the fact that I am a very, very prevalent member of society. Or rather, not of society, but even the same department he's meant to be working in. So, you know what? After we're done this chat here, we're gonna leave the hired muscle. He can go about his work, and we're gonna talk to the weird detective, and we're gonna talk about about that favor, and then hopefully that'll be fine, right? That seems like the kind of thing that would make sense. In any event, we have a new lesson learnt. We can grab the passion here to start studying. And you know what? We might as well do a painting whilst we're at it. You know what? Do a good painting. We got a wild imagination. Let's put all our passion into it. I am studying passion at the moment, aren't I? No. Do I have anything else that would go in here? No. You know what? If we're gonna do a painting, we're not gonna half-ass it. We're gonna use all our passion. It'll be great. And our inspiration will be. It'll be a glimmering of a lesson. It'll be the glimmering of a lesson learned. I think that's lovely. Okay, and after we're done this painting, we can go back to working at the inspector's office. Oh, paints. You know what? I'll buy some nice paint. Yeah, colors of the night. Let's do that. And the clouds part, so we're not suffering from a bout of depression or dread. Though we are going to be shortly tempted by the sense of the page. I cannot forget what I saw in the file on Airy. It is difficult to resist rereading the file. Add reason to strengthen your resistance. Every time. Aberdeen does not fall until we say he falls. Ah, Eau Claire, all long in the making. You know what? You are quite strong as well. You will make an interesting quarry. Ooh, insight. Insight into mystery, you say? This is something special. It may provoke a reaction. My recent work has attracted a couple of callers. With luck, something will sell. Lovely. Oh, that's still going there. Let's zoom in here and see what these cards are. So, glimmering, passion, passion, passion exhausted, my wild imagination. Ooh, I get glimmerings out of this. Contentment, more mystique, and some funds. You know what? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Those 2 glimmerings there now. That's quite good. We will actually study these, just to turn them into a lesson learned whilst we're waiting for our passion to actually recover. That seems like the most efficient use of our research. As for our chat, this was rash. Perhaps I shouldn't have exposed myself. I'm literally talking with you about my job. And that, for some reason, that gives me notoriety. Like, you can see why I think these people are pests, right? This particular detective. Like, I've done nothing wrong. I've only spoken to him about the fact we work at the same place, and yet he finds a reason to dislike me. Wait, what? I got suspended? Oh, my painting must have taken too long. You'll plead your case soon, and you'll lose your position forever. I would love to get my position back nice and soon. Solitude. Yeah, poor Aberdeen's alone. Some days are better than others. Sometimes the sky is nothing like a filthy sheet. Sometimes the river runs clear. Can't win them all, I suppose. Okie dokie. So with contentment there. Could we dream of notoriety? It's the only way to get rid of it. Just to let it tick down. I suppose it is. As soon as that passion's recovered, I am going to immediately just be like, hey, job back please. I have this sealed bureau file that I've been really good at not reading for a while, so I'd like you guys to keep me in the loop. Because if I lose my job, like, how would Aberdeen get us fixed then? You know? Because sometimes he lives for a bit of work. Okay, back to exploring anyway. We'll keep expanding the library, and the reason for the character motivation for Aberdeen expanding the library so frequently is the fact that, rather, the way he thinks, right, is that the more occultist books he has, the less the actual occultists have. And I think that's a fairly sound logic. You just gotta keep them out of the hands of people who would use them poorly. Lovely. So we've got a lesson learned there, and we need another one. So I'm gonna have to do a bit of sentimental literature reading. And you know what we're gonna do as well? We're gonna dream with a bit of passion, because this might also give us a glimmering, and I'm willing to take a chance. There's no lore, however. I don't have any lore to work with, so you know what? That's fine. We're gonna live out the dream. Live out the dream. We are just gonna, like, allow the dream to happen. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. Wrapped in the King. Detailed accounts by James Colin Murphy of secret bacchanals and ecstatic dances observed in necropolises and graveyards in southern Europe, in Egypt, and in Anatolia. The author is a self-confessed ghoul and eater of buried flesh. Claims to have witnessed the dances while at his feasting. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a little bit not delightful. Okay though, but that book will now go in our little library. The dim premises of Miss Morland, who deals in rare and sometimes dangerous books. Well, we're just gonna keep buying these books because it's we consider it a public service. Right. We're gonna keep leveling up our passion as well. Because, you know, at the end of the day, Aberdeen's a man with the self-improvement. We're gonna stack these cards up here. Lovely. Okay. I've been reinstated for now. Well, okay, I'm right back at the same job I was earlier, which is lovely. Okie dokie. And my suspect is this accrue lady. Actually, could anything else go there? I'm wondering. Nothing else is lighting up for notoriety or my own mystique. That's fine. You know what? It's okay to be a bit of an eccentric detective. Not unlike Elle from Death Note. Alright, so the subject will be accrue, and our research will be incredible. Right. We are going to find something on you, accrue. Oh, lovely, and another collection of poetry. I like that very much. I like that very much indeed. Oh, and a glimmering as well from the sentimental literature. I suppose that was to be expected. It was kind of the focus. I've got these lessons learned here. That's fine. Will this potentially give me a glimmering? I feel like I'm willing to wait out the clock in case it might. I feel like it might. Come on, give me a glimmering. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Restlessness. Oh, that's even worse. Oh, that was a terrible idea. Why did I do that? I got restlessness from this as well. Oh gosh, that's gonna turn right into a whole bunch of dread right there. I've got to resist this as well, so it's gonna take even more of my reason. All right, I can deal. I can live with that. As for exploration, back to Moorlands. Because why not? Gotta keep just getting books. That'll be grand. As for the talk, I talk to you. You're just gonna get mad at me. Then again, no. You know, we're not gonna talk with the detectives because, yeah, they're just gonna. They'll consider that like some kind of crime, which I'm not for. But I digress. Uh-oh. Night terrors. I wake in the night, my palms, my face are beaded with sweat. I suppose that's just from working in the Suppression Bureau. It can be quite spooky sometimes. He's gotten himself some overtime pay, which is quite good. Right. Back to work. Your heart won't necessarily be at the moment, Aberdeen, but that's alright. We've got a little bit of evidence to work on. Let's see what we can do here. We do have a favor from authority, which is lovely. Another book to the library. The Viennese Conundrum. Nico van Driel describes odd events in Vienna, the disappearance of children, epidemics of parasite activity, animal mutilations, nightmares of worms, the activities of a charitable organization, New Legions, that funds the burial of the poor, who proposes peculiar connections between these activities. Interesting. That's a book I'd actually like to read, like myself. I don't know, that sounds interesting. I mean, it's probably a bit of a conspiracy theory. But at the same time, I don't know, it sounds kind of neat. Fiction is just fiction. As long as we understand the bounds, we'll be grand. Oh, of course, it's gonna soak up that bit of notoriety. Curses. And some more dread here as well. Isn't that lovely? Wow, three sweet rounds of dread. I don't have an issue with that though. That's fine. That's just how it is. That's how it is. Alright, I'm gonna turn these 2 glimmerings. Actually, you know what I will do? No, I think I'll just study passion again, and then the next time it comes around, I'll study the glimmerings. That will be more efficient, I think. Yes, okay, and I managed to resist the bureau file, which is good. Progress. Oh, we actually managed to convert that into damning evidence. That's really good. Okay, so once we grab the damning evidence, then all we need to do is take some reason. And yeah, we'll take 3, right? Because we're going to get out Claire with this one, which is good. You know what, Aberdeen? We're quite proud of you. You've been doing yourself a great service. There's no need to. Oh, we catch you and you're not here. Well, then what am I meant to do? Interesting. Right, so he's drummed up some tentative evidence of his own, which is fair enough. Can't say I entirely blame the lad. I have been known to speak with hulking, muscled men for hours at a time. Right, we've got the extra bit of glimmering there. A little bit of passion that we're going to make up soon. I'll grab this glimmering here and this glimmering here. And by studying these together, we'll turn them into lessons learned. God, I've got loads of dread. I could not be in a worse place right now. Right, so what is my rebel up to? Here's another who would ascend before me. Independent occultists will try to monopolize the attention of the hours. They may also conduct other schemes, whether you like it or not. Alright then, I can deal. Oh. Right. What do we have here? Just another glimmering, another fresh glimmering there, and a decaying lesson learned at that position. That's fine. We've got tentative evidence on our side as well, which is nice. If I feel like I'm going to have a bad time, like what's the next season? Oh, the next is a season of sickness. So that might damage my health, but I don't have to worry about all this dread like outright killing me, which is nice. Alright, at this point we're gonna fast forward then. The culprit. Well, the culprit's not hanging about right now, but damn. Oh, hang on. If you come back at just the right time, we may end up catching you. And I think that would be the best case scenario for the Bureau. Right, we're going to convert you into a lesson learned as well, because I know we'll have a new glimmering once that decays. But that's what happens, by the way. Lessons learned decay into single instances of that particular trait. We caught her. We had a split second. We managed to get her. The Suppression Bureau holds their trials in closed court, and they are not merciful. No, they are not. Alright, so we've caught yet another cultist. And we've made 7 more funds. Like, oh, so much money. Right, because my rival is up to things, that's actually given me some mystique, curiously enough. But now, rival, I invite you to, you know, deal with the circumstances you've laid before you. And I'm going to pop some mystique in there, actually, because I might as well get some use out of it. And my inspiration, what will my inspiration be? Ooh, dread. I'll just make it a mood piece. What else will inspire me? Is there really nothing else? Alright, if there's nothing else going to inspire me, I might as well take... I'll grab a lesson. Oh, if I take this lesson learned, then I'll have all the ones I need at the time. Oh, that'll be perfect. Oh, that'll be more than perfect. Oh, what a masterstroke. Really well and truly, because that brings out my... I just need to remember, honestly. That's my biggest concern, is that I'll like, forget. I've got to keep a close eye on my job there. As for exploration, guess to whom's shop we are going. And that is correct, it is Moreland's. Out to Moreland's shop, lovely. We go grab ourselves an affliction, so we can dream up there now. Get some funds going to pay for medicine, and we will be recovered shortly enough. Anything I can talk about? I don't want to talk to detective. Go away, detective. I don't like you anymore. Ooh, do I have any trysts and interludes? If I have a particular friend, now's the time to renew our connection. Palm to palm and eye to eye. Right, so that's an event for if you have a loved one you can like get up to things with them. Paints will get good paints as well, why not? You can get up to things with them, but if you are alone, like Aberdeen is, you know, sometimes you'll just enjoy a bit of solitude. And that's fine too. Alright, this dread won't be lasting too much longer. I'm excited for this painting to finish then, because that'll just give me back out the lesson learned glimmering. And we can immediately upgrade our passion yet again. So you know what? Passionate intensity. I see the mistakes, but I can also see the end. Alright, well, that's fair enough. What will I say? What will I say? I will say that this is an interesting book. Traveling at Night, Volume 1. The Annotated Dream Journals. Yeah, I did say that correctly. Of Christopher Elopoli, sometimes called the only readable occultist, literate, entertaining, and bewildering. Ah, Traveling at Night. Interesting. Okay. It is a book that is actually, like, spoken about at the start of the game. Oh, don't want to move the brackets too much. I do want to move this book into our library, though. I might move it down a touch. I might move a couple of these down, just a bit. Reorganize things. Yeah, right. That's probably a better arrangement of things for the time being. Okie dokie. And once this painting is complete, lovely, we have the lesson learned there. So with these lessons learned, we will be eligible to complete our bit of passion increasing. Exceptional work. May provoke a reaction. I'm glad to hear it. That sounds like a good time. Oh. Okay, sorry for just mashing the space there. I just want to get the timing right. So, lovely. My recent work has drawn some attention. Something should sell. Lovely. So, I'm going to get my mystique back. Get my imagination back. Overexposure. All audiences are fickle. What does that do? Oh, I've never seen that before. I do get some more glimmerings, and I get some funds back as well. What does overexposure do? Apparently just turns into funds. You know what? I'm cool with that. I'm totally fine with that. We're going to study our wild imagination, and we're going to grab a bunch of these lessons learned. Where did that last one go? I'm sure it's around here somewhere. Oh, lesson learned. There it is. Okay, it was just so gray. Completely missed it. Alright. Sooner murder an infant in its cradle than nurse unacted desires. Interesting. We're gonna stack these cards up again. And we now have Neville, a rival. Oh, Neville. Neville knows this can't last, but while it does, by God, he will open whatever doors present themselves. Can't say I'm impressed, Neville. You know, I've dealt with actual occultists. You don't scare me, Neville. The furthest thing from that, actually. Oh. You think you're hot shit just because you went to a school of witchcraft and wizardry. Well, I have news for you, buddy. Okay, my mystique will go back over here. My dread will... You know what? Once I'm done recovering from my ailment, I am gonna, like, sleep off that dread just in case. I'd rather it not be an issue. It is, unless, of course... You're not going to take dread, are you? You absolutely will. So, select you, pop the dread in here, pop the contentment in here, and we'll start that right away. And that will not be an issue for me. Good, good. As for exploration, I think there's this little bookshop you've heard of once or twice by the name of Moreland's. Let's add to our library. It takes time to sort the gold from the dross, the wheat from the chaff, the blood from the water. If I buy enough books, I'll find something interesting. I mean, this is simply true. And you'll definitely find something interesting eventually. Right. More glimmerings here. Will we continue to increase our passion then? Whilst we're on this general track. Because I mean, if we've got the free passion going, we might as well. You know, after every major breakthrough, we can just do a painting. Curious. And the course of the heart. Whenever the principle of the heart is implicated, I may gain vitality. Oh, lovely. My own heart beats a little bit stronger today. That is sweet. Traveling at Night, Volume 2. Okay. You know what? I might be interested in having a certain someone read that. A certain someone by the name of Aberdeen. But maybe after we get a little bit more passion. They don't want to put him out of his comfort zone. You understand. Lovely. There it comes. A fevered imagination. Well, aren't you getting spicy now, Aberdeen? And a touch more passion. We're going to study... Yeah, we're going to study another passion. Nice and quick. And then after that, we're going to combine those two glimmerings into a lesson learned. Progress. And a little bit of bonus cash. My. Neville, you just shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have even tried. This won't go on for much longer. So at least you won't have to worry about the indecision of your future. Lucky you. Explore. I think Moorlands is the right call. I know this might be getting a little bit repetitive at the moment, so I'm thinking of changing up the pace of things shortly. I'm just hoping for something else to happen with a bit of spontaneity, if you get me. Because at this point, it's almost like it's a touch of a recurrence that this straight-laced Aberdeen is not going to deviate. He's simply too mentally strong. I may end up just leaving it. I may end up leaving it, and that is totally fine too. Oh, yep. Neville, you're going down. You've been bagged and tagged. Let's quickly grab the reason cards and put them back over here. Collect some more glimmerings, then feed the imagination by pairing them up together. Right. Another book for the library. Not an issue in the slightest. As for our exploration... We are going to explore Moorland's shop. We'll buy every book you have on offer. I'll do it, I swear. And then we'll just go through and read an absolute wealth of material. Well, as long as I'm not doing anything to generate notoriety, I'll be fine. There'll be no issues that can possibly arise. Day Horus, Book 1. Right, well, that's a bit of an interesting one. I don't know if I'll be able to read that entirely. But what I do know is that I can continue to buy books from Moorlands. Honestly, if this becomes my routine, I just punish cultists and build a library, I'm almost okay with that. Oh, there we go. There's the funds. And you know what that means? It means the painting time. Oh boy, we can add notoriety, mystique, or passion. And I feel like we've got a fair bit of passion knocking about at the moment, but not so much, if you get me. Apparently, passion has moth aspect to it as well, which is interesting. I didn't really know that. I got a glimmering in the waiting. But at the same time, I only make passion. I only make paintings every now and then. Okay, right. Let's. What are we getting inspired by now? You know what? We can save this glimmering actually. Yeah, we can save the glimmering by actually making it the inspiration of our painting. And you can take the lesson learned and pop it over here for the time being. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Ooh. On what is contained by silver? A bestiary by Pomander and Greek. Curiouser and curiouser. Explore. Oh, do you know where I'm going to explore? You're absolutely right. It's going to be Moorland's bookshop. Colors of Night. Yeah, we're just gonna afford a couple paints. I don't see an issue with that whatsoever. Then by the time that we have uncovered another miscreant, we'll be ready to hop back to work. Which is lovely. Collection of essays. No problem with that. You know, it'll just make getting the next level of reason much, much easier. Because I can just read these all in a series. I'm saving them up for the last level, because typically that's when I find them most useful. As for the cost, here we go. Almost done with our painting there. Whoa, hello! My recent work is considered significant. I may yet earn a living from this, but nothing is certain. Let's zoom in a bit so we can have a closer look. So, glimmering. Oh, cool, free glimmering. Passion, passion, passion. I say free. Fascination, contentment, and mystique. That's a lot of mystique. And 2 fun, so it was actually worth it to use the good paint. So I actually made a profit for once instead of painting. Which is fair enough. And there's a troublemaker. Someone who's lost all sense of proportion. He's not a threat. Aberdeen will erase him from the face of the earth. He's honestly getting a little bit like gung-ho with the whole thing. He's so ready to engage any single occultist that might cross his path. No, Siri, what? I said, can you see the coldest, apparently, according to Siri. Right. No, go away. Go away. There we are. Lovely. I need to keep monitoring the stream, Siri. Don't be bad. Okay, so in collecting all... There we go. Dream. What is it? What is there to dream about? Oh, if we dream of fascination with a fleeting reminiscence, that'll take care of that. The doors of vision swing wide. A little darkness will mellow my light. Even dread has its uses. This is true. This is true. Rather not to be taken away by flights of fancy. Ooh, should I be studying passion? I would if they weren't all exhausted. Weird imagination. What actually requires this? Hang on. I need something more. Ah, so it's actually kind of not worth studying this just yet. I don't actually have a something more. Yeah. I must choose between unreason and folly. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Well, in the meantime then, I suppose what I have to study is health. We can improve my health to a little bit of a degree. Inner girth. Inner girth's ausführliche Grammatik der griechischen Sprache. Do we already know Greek though? We do. Strange. An essential weapon for a ferocious struggle with a challenging language. But like, don't we know Greek? Yes, it says right here that we know Greek. No doubt you're conversant with every variety of Greek from beginning to Byzantium. But it's a good thing to have those reference works. Okay. Wait, what? Wait. Alright, cool. Okay, cool. I was just like thinking, could it be combined with the top? No, can I just speak Greek? No, I can't. That's completely reasonable. Interesting that I've gotten a bit of a duplicate book there because I believe we got that last game. But that's fine. We can sell it off at the auction house. Like once it starts burning a hole in our table. Oh, pop you down here because you're kind of pointless at the moment. Got a good bit more mystique, which is lovely. And these glimmerings, are just, you know what? I'm fine. Let these glimmerings wash away. They're not really my main concern at the moment now. I want to get my vitality up so I can get a bit more health. Morelands is closing. I'm moving on, Miss Moreland informs you. My stock is largely exhausted and the Suppression Bureau are taking interest. Yes, that's what I've been doing the entire time. This last book is nonsense, but I've tucked some interesting papers in the back, as thanks for your custom. This used to be the address of Morelands the book dealer, but now I'll have to look elsewhere for knowledge. Words that walk. Is this an aspect? This is lore. The syllables of this formula are compelling. I find myself snapping my fingers to its rhythm. Desires not to cease. Curious. Something deep mystery something. A dreaded souffle of half-digested rumor about the secret worlds and the irrelevance of the contemporary mortality, including a catalogue of unlikely and probably invented debaucheries. If I've bought this from a shop, it probably means there's nothing left of interest in stock. Right. Well, I find myself the host of a little bit of lore now, which is interesting. What is this? This is a heart aspect. Interesting. Progress. Ah, lovely. So we've turned this into tentative evidence. Good. Let us take this tentative evidence and we will turn it into some damning evidence. There we go. That's evidence against me, actually. Then I need more reason. I have no issue with this. Ah, right. So yes, the troublemaker is now a little bit screwed, honestly, because I have the evidence and I'm just doubling down, following up on leads. We'll find out what he's up to. Words that walk. You know, after I've studied that bit more health, I might actually go and read through some of these books just to see what they're all about. Composure. Right, okay, cool. That's me getting rid of the fascination. Health. Right, we'll start studying some more health. And what we'll also do is we'll actually do a bit of physical labor, so we will. Pursuing an investigation. Ah, no new leads, that's unfortunate. Right, well, so we'll have enough time. We'll have plenty of time rather to we'll have plenty of time to go back to our work. I just want to get a bit more vitality, so I'm taking these odd jobs here and there to see if I can perk myself up a touch. Oh. Something. Mysteries, deep mysteries. Right, okay, we'll get rid of you shortly. Probably sell you off or something. As for exploration, well, Moorland's closed. Oh? I can move to Moorlands. Interesting. I'll keep that under consideration. In the meantime, I think it's safe to actually attend an auction of Oriflammes. Yeah, let's do that then. Now what do they have on offer? De Bellis Mororum in Latin. 18th century epic poem by the pseudonymous Salacistus. That might be a sign up here. Yeah, that's a tricky one to say. Alright, there we go. And we're gonna bid on that and we're gonna purchase ourselves another little book. And a bit more vitality has been recovered. Lovely. I don't mind if I do. And I'll start studying a bit more health again. I'll have loads of vitality. We'll have a wealth of vitality. Right, and then after that, though, we will have to go back to work. Or we risk losing our job, which I most certainly don't want to do. My health is a little fatigued. That's fine. We can honestly sleep that off. We're even remotely concerned about it. Back to the inspector's position. We have some evidence to work with here, and we've also recovered a fair share of our reason now, which is lovely. Yeah. Oh, alright, cool. Start you. Got a good amount of vitality going there. I've won the auction. Lovely. I'm planning on winning a lot of these auctions now that I have the cash. Interesting that we got Moorlands to sell out, actually. Okay, so we will attend an auction. And I am hoping to purchase the right kind of book. Collection of essays. Lovely. So it means that, yeah, a collection of essays. It means that when it comes time to having adequate lore for the improvement of the self, we'll just be able to do it right away. It won't even be a challenge. Perfectly reasonable. Lovely. I will take a collection of essays any day. Let's start you. And then we're going to quickly pop our bid in there. It doesn't even matter what it is. Collection of poetry. You know what? With four of each, that's actually perfect. It means we'll be able to level up those as quick as we need them. Grab these two here. Quickly level these gents up. And then after we've done our round of work here, progress. Oh, lovely. So we've gotten a bit of damning and tentative evidence. After we've gotten a bit more work done there in the detective's office, let's go off and keep pottering around. That'll be nice. It'll be nice. Okay, that's decayed into a glimmering now. That's totally fine. We're not really using it for much else. Oh boy. The weird detective is up to something, or he was trying to be, but, you know, couldn't really do much about it. We're content with being alone, and so I'm happy for you, Aberdeen. You know what? You deserve a nice evening out at one point. Sometime soon. We're gonna keep hitting up these auctions though, just to see where it's going. What book is this now? Gildersleeve's Latin Grammar. Well, I don't really need it, but I might as well buy it, because that just means I can sell it later on, no? Might even sell it for a profit, if things go to plan. Lovely, so we've got vitality, a lesson learned. And then hopefully we'll be able to grab ourselves... yeah, we'll be able to combine these two afterwards, actually, which is lovely. The Troublemaker. A scheme to murder a hunter has ended without consequence. Well, good. I didn't even know he was actually trying to kill the weird detective. Though, I've acquired an injury. That's less than ideal. Dealing with an injury before the card fades will allow you to recover health. Right. Well, I'm glad I've got my dreams open. Do I have a cheeky vitality knocking about? I do. Do I want to use it? Not dreadfully, no. Tell you what I will do. I can use this next vitality to take care of it. Or you know what? I'll just pay the funds. I've got the cash, like. I'm not terribly concerned. Right, so we've got this book and we've got a book on Latin, but we already know Latin, so I mean bit of a null victory there, if you get me. But we need to go back to work on this though, with our damning evidence. And our reason. Our reason is healing up now. Quite quick, because we're interspersing our work with like the physical labor aspect of it, so that's fine. Another collection of poetry, my goodness. I mean, I'm not gonna say no. I've got the cash to not say no. Searching for clues. You won't find anything, officer. I've committed no atrocities. Not even a little one. Not even the cheekiest of atrocities. Alright. Quickly pop the rapidly aging vitality in here. Lovely. Keep you here, and then after one more round of health, we should be good to upgrade. Oh, I don't want to sell any of these. We should be good to upgrade our health permanently then after that. What is this? Ooh, Stum. A can of nitrate film labeled Stum, silent, or perhaps mute. The director's name, Unicross, is shakily appended. Crikey, I want this. I didn't realize there were films. I love it. I love it. I want that very badly. Our dream has finished, and we've recovered our health. No issue. And we are now taking in a troublemaker. Well, that will teach you, I suppose. Yep, and you found nothing, detective. Perfectly alright with that. That glimmering is going to decay. As we said before, not really an issue. We have managed to acquire Stum, though, which is good. I wanted that. I wanted that a lot. And back to Oriflammes then, because I want to see what else they have to offer. Come on, show me your secrets. What is this book? Sanskrit. Do I know Sanskrit? Ah, I do. Right, so now I've actually gotten the books that would teach me the languages a second time over. In any event, I'm gonna bid for it. No issues with that. It's nice to have a bit of a, how would I put it? It's nice to have some kind of financial reserve at the end of the day. How many of these do we need? Is it 2? It's only 2. Right, so we'll grab these lessons learned quickly then. We will improve our physical health. This is going quite well. Aberdeen's uncovered a bit of lore, which can honestly be quite tempting. Because Miss Moreland was a bit of an influence. So we'll see where we go from here. Purchase a Sanskrit reader. That's fine. Don't really want to sell anything. I do want to keep buying goods. And this is something deep mystery something. Oh, lovely. If I bought this from a shop, it probably means there's nothing of interest left in stock. That's fair, I think. And we cracked the case, and we've gained a load of funds. You know what? That's totally fine by me. We're gonna go and do some physical work. Yeah, we'll do the physical work now. Just because I know that we are studying to improve our health there, but I want to keep the vitality going up for the time being. The Sanskrit guide there. I will head to Oriflammes one more time after this just to check in case there still is something of interest. Another bidder. For this book? No, I want it really badly for some reason. Even though I have a copy, and I kind of get that this is just a mechanic to help me understand that, no, stop going here. Essentially, like, we're gonna study some health as well. Gonna get this up nice and quick. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be very good. Oh. What exotic hungers drive us? Not much. Ah. Leo, arrival. So this new character here. Leo. They have not told you about me, have they? What makes you think you're so special? You've gotten nothing that other people didn't have. Are you serious? Another bid for this. This is not going to be worth it. I don't know why I'm doing this. I suppose I just want to win. There's a part of me that can't handle even a little bit of loss. Will this finish in time? No, I'm actually going to lose this vitality. Whoops. You know, I'm going to take this opportunity just to, yeah, I will lose my job there, just for the time being, but you know what? It's fine. We can get reinstated shortly. And he's away working at the moment, so we couldn't even investigate him if we wanted to. I've won the auction. It was kind of a waste, though, so that's fine. We'll head back to Oriflammes. We'll see if they're being a waster or not. Only time will really tell. It's the same book, and I spent 3 on it. You know what? It's fine. I don't have a problem with missing out on that. I do have a problem with losing my everything. Why am I just letting it time down? I'm a muppet. It'll last one more round, so we can go for the medicinals there. Funds. I don't get injured anymore because I'm so buff. Okay, good. I have that extra vitality there. Yeah, I'm gonna keep building up the vitality because we might as well make this guy as strong as he possibly can be. I haven't won the auction. Okay, but what about now? I'm assuming, I'm stress testing this. Okay, no. It'll just keep selling me that over and over. So, I have no reason to go to Oriflammes unless I want to sell something. Ah, Jesus, Leo. Sure, you're making a lot more work for me now, aren't you? Oh, Jesus. I need to need to beg for my job back before I lose that for good, because that is a very important job I have. And also, I need to keep the option open for actually just going for the promotion, getting the minor victory condition, which is fine. We can want minor victory conditions. Alright, so I am going to go here again. I'm going to start selling these books. So I already know Greek, Sanskrit, and Latin. You know what, that's fine. Sell something of minimal value. Sure, we'll see now, won't we? Honestly, it's just nice to have the option to be able to go through it, like, so just getting rid of them now isn't much of a bother for me. Get rid of you. Right. You'd have held on a bit longer, but sure, that's how it is. You know yourself. Right. I want to get this health up just a little bit faster then. Cool, I got one fund. Almost not worth the time, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. We don't need this clogging up our library, to be fair. We might get lucky. I don't know if we will. But we might. Okay, and we got a bit of time now if we want to do some physical labor. Because we managed to keep our job. But next time the opportunities come around, we really should get back to work. Do it properly. Fleeting reminiscence, that's fine. All this is good. All this is good. The words that walk are something that have been playing on Aberdeen's mind a fair bit, though. So, we'll see how that shapes out. The funds, they continue to pile up. Because I'm selling books that I don't really need. Something deep mystery or something. Alright, well, having two of those will remind me that both Moorlands and, what's it called? Moorlands and Oriflammes are very much out of books. So, you know what, we'll pass it off there, that'll be fine. Oh, we have a secret vitality there, lovely. Grab that, pop you here. And then hopefully we're going to get more vitality once we start studying our health again properly. Right, I've grabbed yet another element of vitality there, and we will actually get back to work studying Leo, our newest rival. We say rival, we know he's not that big a deal. Let's not be unrealistic or disingenuous here. Murmurings within the audience. For whatever unlikely reason, the item has caught the fancy of bidders. Interesting. Alright, I'm alright with that. An affliction, you say? Well, don't I just have the vitality for you? But I will just use funds because honestly, I kind of want the vitality a bit more at the moment. Vitality is quite easy to acquire, but also so is money when you're playing as a detective, apparently. Like, 2 funds! That was actually worth it. That was actually worth selling. Alright then, I don't feel terrible about that. Okay, got you going here, that's fine, another lesson learned. Let's study some health then, let's do that. No issues with studying the old health every now and then. Lovely, and with our work concluded, we've made progress. We've now built up some tentative evidence. Leo, I'd hate to say it, but you're really not that much of a threat. You're quite benign. Not even that good of a cultist. Shame. I mean, I'm just looking for a challenge at the end of the day. Is that so much to ask for? Oh well, we'll see how it is. Okie dokie. Another little bit of study there, a little bit of exercise. We should be good. I think we'll only need these 2 now, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll see how we get here. Yeah, got a bit of funds, a bit more vitality if we're so inclined. And this may even actually give us another vitality for free, which would be lovely. Back to work though. Gotta keep up the hustle more or less. Right, with all this reason then, we find ourselves able to investigate Leo a little bit further. Oh, gotten sick again. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. We've been getting sick a lot recently. Aberdeen, you've not been doing anything bad for your health, but also, no, you've been actively trying to get better. This might be something beyond Aberdeen's control, really. Which would be unfortunate were that the case. You might not know to look at me, but I've grown as strong as a smith or a soldier. Aberdeen, getting jacked. Fair play. Gotta get back out in the market, I see. Maybe rock up to the Esthetist Club at some point. Actually, if we study the hardened physique now, yeah, I'll grab some more lessons learned. Don't mind if I do. Stronger yet. You're damn right. Okay. And then my 2 vitalities here are lovely. more progress with damning evidence on hand. I don't think we'll be running into issues with losing our position, or even like having Leo do any kind of ascension whatsoever. Realistically, when it comes to Aberdeen, he's on the case. You know, you'll be taken care of. You'll be taken care of fairly quickly. Mince my words a lot there. Anything else I want to sell at Oriflam's? Not really. I'm more just intensely focused on a steely physique. God damn. There aren't many things now that I could crush with my fists. I don't have the lore to upgrade this any further, actually, so you know what? I'm going to stop studying vitality at this point. Yeah. I'll actually use one of these to cure a disease for once. Yeah, exactly. No, you're getting better. You're getting better. You're now strong enough to get over diseases by yourself, so fair play to you. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to stack up these cards. There we go. Press the button that stacks the cards. And sure, we've done a little bit of unskilled labor. Who doesn't want to do a little bit of work with their hands every now and then? Now back to the inspector's position. We have damning evidence. And by golly, do we have the reason to drive home that we know it. Now, your health is fatigued there, that's fine. I have the collection of essays. I'm going to move the passion up here, actually, in case it was annoying anyone. We have the sealed evidence. Oriflam's is kind of as needed. And the Exodus Club is also itself taken care of. No, we go explore there. Have a look here. It's been a little while. So, we can either go with Silicana Amavasia. Sorry about that. Laconic, energetic, bright-eyed, unblinking owner of the Exodus Club. Right, well, hopefully we'll have a chat with her at some point. You know what we might do? We might not have a chat with Leo, our rival. But we might use some of this health to go and explore the place a bit. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's completely reasonable. A hireling. Who are you? A bomb maker? Oh boy. I mean, that sounds eminently useful. He's got like a lot of forge aspect and a lot of yeah, you know, let's do this. Let's do this for the time being. Might end up being useful. Something a little useful. Considering the evidence, so he is. Right. Well, our reason really level 5. That's actually quite good. That was really good. I suppose the detective starts with an extra one though, so that makes perfect sense. Right, with all this reason then, what is there to do? Read. We can just start devouring books. Okay. Right, that's what we'll do. We'll keep our work up, we'll arrest more and more of these terrible occultists. And, you know what? We'll just keep reading, and we'll see where it goes. Do I have a subject? I could... Why would talking with passion do anything? What? I don't understand. I could take the bomb maker to the Exodus Club. Okay, fair enough. You might be getting out there, Aberdeen, but you might be getting a little bit ahead of yourself there, coming on a little bit strong. No, I'll send a minion to murder a hunter. No, I've not become depraved enough yet to kill a coworker. That'll happen in time though. So now we're gonna start researching a bit more of the occult stuff. Maybe because that'll make the cases we're doing a little bit more interesting again. A bit of a sealed bureau file. Tell you what, we've been resisting reading this file now. But what if we choose to read this file? I think Aberdeen is now choosing to read the file. You know, he's become strong enough in terms of his own personal substance, and he's still keeping up the assault on the occult. So you know what? He doesn't have a problem going over it. He's been toughened mentally, and even though he might have these occasional nightmares, I don't think he has an issue with getting back in the mud. He's not the spring chicken he used to be, but after a lot of reflection and revision of the self, he's come out a better man for it. So I think Aberdeen can handle going back over the file that denoted Erie's work. When the snake witch killed the stag, Kittling snatched one of its eyes. When the dry witch killed the sow, Kittling stole a cup of its blood. And she took to the place Moldywarp lay buried. She shook out her hair. She began to dance. A wood whisper. Interesting. A level 4 aspect. Lie awake and listen. The wind speaks in the branches. The house cries out in its sleep. There are roads. Chaos ride. Speak this over a corpse and a rite with a winter influence presence. Corpse will rise. Ooh, spooky. As far as intuition. Curiouser and curiouser. You know what? That's fine. Let's leave the glimmerings there. More books, please. Let us begin to read. Now, how did the work go? The Suppression Bureau holds these trials in closed court. And yet again, we've earned a bunch of funds. We've gotten rid of a crook, and whilst a new one looms on the horizon, whilst a new one does loom on the horizon, there's nothing we can do about it, you know? Gotta check how long we've been recording this for. An hour 25, it's not bad. I might go another 35 minutes or so. We're really starting to get into the analysis of the library now, which I find interesting. So you know what? We're not going to resist. We are going to investigate the Bureau one more time. Bomb maker. Worry not. I'm hiring you just in case you do come in handy. But, wait, who am I hiring now? Experienced swindler. Now we're good. So I'm just finding people to hire, then that's fair enough. The scent of the pages. The pages turn so easily, it's like peeling a fruit or unwrapping a secret gift. At the end of it, my hands are stained with ink. My brain boils. What have I begun? Temptation, enlightenment. It has occurred to me that I hold the key to wisdom. This card will allow you to win an enlightenment victory if you upgrade it far enough. Dreaming about it might advance it or change it. Well, alright then. Alright. I work with it? The final fulfillment of a desire is often a conclusion, and it may not be enough to hope. Stand or fail on my deeds. Okay, that's fine. If I dream on it then, what may happen? Meditate on my goal of unearthly knowledge. Should I dedicate myself to the purpose or focus my efforts elsewhere? You know what, Aberdeen? As long as you remain true to yourself, you'll have no issues here. Reflection. I think a bit of health. Oh, sensation. Power. Oh, this would change your goal, would it not? Curious. Well, you've been thinking about the words that walk a lot recently, so we'll see where that goes. I don't know if it'll go anywhere. Maybe I should dream with some of the corresponding lore in place. Maybe that could open up new options. There are reports, troubling reports of this one. He's no worse than the last. Should be wary, but only a healthy amount of caution is really required. Actually, you know what? Can I talk to a bomb maker about Porter? No. Okay, so I can't just like out and out kill the guy. That's fair enough. I suppose that wouldn't be very detectively of me. So we'll have a look at you. We'll analyze you with reason. And when all's said and done, we'll arrest you for your crimes. Study the skeleton songs. The 26 delightful fruits, the 7 chastisements, the 9 gardens, the 4 regrets. A red secret. Interesting. It's a level 2 piece of lore. So sorry, I'll explain what lore is then. The lore are these elements that allow you to make up, that allow you to patch together rather the way to commune with the gods. So yeah, I'm gonna just organize these guys by level more or less. So if I take a red secret, that is Grail aspect, and that's level 2. So it'll go on this level, and this is a Wood Whisper, so this is Moth aspect. It'll go back here, and it's level 4, so it'll go up one level of elevation. Alright, so with that in effect, let's continue to read. Ultimately, I don't feel like Aberdeen has to worry about much, you know? He understands that these occult practices, they can be dangerous, but better to arm yourself with knowledge, is it not? You know, I might pop to the Exodus Club after this then, if I'm just feeling a little bit like full of dread. I won't offer him another payment, unfortunately. But yes, Exodus Club and funds. Let's have a good time. The detective is investigating me at the moment though, so maybe this wasn't the best idea. Something could go awry. You know, it's fine. We have a bit of contentment. With some fascination too, which is fair enough. Alright. I've decided to remain as I am for now. Dreaming about it might advance it or change it. You know what? I'm not sure how to advance it just yet. I did get the opportunity to work on it, but it is what it is. Sorry, heart. H. Alright. Yeah, so Grail does come before heart. Sorry, I should run the alphabet in my head. Because I want to alphabetize these two just to make it easier on myself. But again, I suppose that doesn't necessarily help if I have to go to the alphabet every time. In any event, it'd be fine. Actually, if I dream on you with fascination, what would that do? Oh, it wouldn't do anything. Oh, that's fair enough. Right, we'll go away with it, so. We'll allow the dream to run on. I've no quarrel with it. Wow, progress already. Very, very good. This Porter guy. You know, you've had tougher rivals, but in fairness, you weren't always the absolute stallion of a man you are today. So fair play to you on becoming a better person, Aberdeen. Alright, nothing really to chat about the bomb maker. I'll keep chatting with him though to artificially prolong his contract. Oh boy. Study Tasmane's The Burning of the Unburnt God. Tasmane ultimately concludes, with apparent reluctance, that the deity was a goddess. He suggests that its gender may have been the cause of its suppression. The rites described here are eerie, sometimes grisly. Ardent Orison. That's a level 4 aspect of the Forge, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Okay, and we have the Rite of the Crucible Soul. This rite uses an instrument of power to set the blood afire. Fire is the lesion in the skin. Fire is the lesion in the skin of the world. The assistant really survives unharmed. Right, so we have a rite now. That's fascinating. The rites are like almost spells you can cast if you follow my rationale. More books to study, so. Latin. All I need to do is speak a bit of Latin. We can translate this book. Lickety-split. I said lickety-split. It'll take about a month, apparently. Which is fair enough. Translating a book would be quite an endeavor. Actually, a lot of respect to people who can like do that. I know bilinguality is something a lot of people are capable of, but all the same, I think it deserves admiration. It's no, okay, sorry, I thought it was going on there. So yeah, Forge, Grail, Art, probably some stuff in between that and Moth. I'm just leaving a space there. Where do we go from here? Well, the detectives found nothing, which is good. And the world as it is does remain, so you know what, that's lovely. Oh, hello and welcome to the stream, if you're just joining in now. At the moment, we are playing as a detective called Aberdeen. And we're kind of deciding whether or not we want him to... become a good guy or a bad guy. Whether we want him just to stay on the straight and narrow for the rest of his life, or if we have much of a problem with him dabbling into the occult he was actually originally employed to prevent. So yeah, if you have any feedback or you have any ideas regarding how Aberdeen develops, please do let me know. Right. Okay, more progress in our case here. We grab some more funds. We have damning evidence now that we can actually take against. We can take against Leo wherever he's gone off to. Where'd he go? He's up there on an expedition at the moment. That's fine. We can carry on the work without him. All we need is the damning evidence. We can go on without issue. Right, with 3 rounds of reason, we're gonna get him. We're gonna get him as soon as he pops out. So the bomb maker, I want to keep talking to you, just because it makes my life a little easier. Now we have a translated version of the Orchid Transfigurations. Okay. So let us see what do the Orchid Transfigurations entail? Curious, very curious. I'm gonna pop these rights. Where will I put them? I'm gonna put them up here actually, because they're like quite rare and fairly potent. So we'll see how it goes. That's unfortunate. Aberdeen's having another nightmare about his work. You know, ultimately, something that stops you. What stops you from being afraid of something is a better knowledge of it. You know, people who are well educated on sharks, they will understand the risks of dealing with them, but I don't think they'll tend to be afraid. If you follow. Similarly, Aberdeen's taking that approach to the occult, so if he knows more, he'll be less afraid of it. Hopefully that'll be able to resolve his nightmares. Solving the case. Yet another captor here. Another occultist that we are trying to capture, which is good. Solitude. Some days are better than others. And you know what? That's fine. Okay. Yes, what is this reading field? Another red secret. Delightful. We collect these. Great. And we'll eventually be able to use multiple sets of lore simultaneously to do different things, so we can really further our ambitions. Eventually. I believe that with the Temptation Enlightenment, it is ultimately... Yeah. It is ultimately Aberdeen's goal to kind of just basically understand more about the occult. Because as a man of reason, it will allow him to fight off, essentially, the allures of the occult. So, you know, knowledge is an armament, and you know, he's still performing incredibly successfully at his job. I don't think anyone can really disagree with that. We're going to take his fevered imagination note, though, and we are going to make quite a beautiful painting. Whoops, apparently not. We're going to make quite a beautiful painting. Double click. We're going to start you. And our inspiration, what will it be? Well, we've got quite a bit of moth aspect here. I suppose because of how passionate we're being, so we might as well make some esoteric art. Yeah, let's do that. Get some extra moth aspect in there. Hopefully it'll make for a decent painting. We finished talking with the bomb maker, but also we haven't, because we're going to keep talking with the bomb maker. As for our subject, oh, it'll be nothing. I'm just going to make him listen to me. You know, I feel like the muscle we hired earlier might have passed around some knowledge that, hey, don't work for this guy. He'll just keep talking to you forever, ever. Pretty much not worth the money, like. Paints. Let us get some nice paints for this particular drawing. 51 gold! Oh, sorry, 51 gold, like 51 funds. That's incredible. The culprit, it transpires, is the audience. The surviving queens are directed to execute whatever audience members do not escape. Surprisingly lucid epilogue suggests that the correspondence of river names with historical events does provide clues to secret histories behind our own. Ooh, an occult scrap. Secret histories are layered beneath the one we know, like the notes in rare wine. This is the detail from one of those histories. Exploring with this scrap of knowledge will uncover secret locations in the capital. Very exciting. So secret histories. That will come after Moth. Yeah, but this is just like a touch more useful than Moth in some regards, I'm quite sure. So if you get another favor, because we're such competent, what are they called? Such competent detectives. Well done, Aberdeen. Well done. You know, I'm actually going to do a bit of a summary of his like life story shortly enough. And I'll put that up on the social media. I might even make it. You know what? I might even make a video about it, just like a little bit of a narrative video. That could be cute. Yeah. I think that'll be nice. Whoa, we are very low on passion. 8 passion? What? Dude, what? No way. The artist's reward. Our recent work is considered significant. I may yet earn a living. Passions well exhausted, yes. Fascination, mystique, glimmering, contentment, mystique, notoriety, and funds. Ah, but is that it then? You know what? I won't complain terribly. Tell you what. Who do we have now? Sylvia. Well, Sylvia, you're now officially under investigation by the Suppression Bureau. We'll have none of the occultist stuff going on in our city. Which is actually London, I've had it confirmed. So this game is very much set in London. Which is good to know. It explains like pretty much everything, referring to the capital and surrounding areas as shires. Very good. A knife secret. Interesting. When our ancestors forged swords, taught the arts of martial movement, spoke curses on the eve of battle, all these things shared certain patterns. Fascinating. Okay, so this will go. Yeah, this will go before forge. E for edge. Yeah, lovely. We continue to read the humors of a gentleman. His mistress, Madeline, her lover, Leo. Alright, was this the guy we called a cuck earlier? I'm pretty sure. Oh. Okay, as for exploration. We explore the occult scrap, sure. But I don't really have a reason to just yet, if you follow. In any event, oh, got the reason, pop it up there. Yeah, we'll leave the exploration for the time being. We're only really interested in reading at the moment. Reading and our work, of course. Our work has partially become reading. Interesting. That is how I describe that. Okay, can't merge those cards because they're going to decay. That's fine. Got some glimmerings here. That's just a pleasantry, really. Fascination too. How goes the work? Progress. Sylvia. How does it feel to suck so badly at being a cultist that, you know, only after a little while of work and found out? I swear, knowing what I know, I would make a much better cultist than any of these rivals of mine. Okay, so a watchman's secret. I think that's what we've been waiting for. So if we dream of enlightenment, and then we follow light's direction. Yep, there we go. There we go. I will dedicate myself to the pursuit of knowledge. I mean, Aberdeen, you were doing this before, you even got remotely interested in the culty business. Right, so with that underway, we can follow up with 6 letters on necessity. This is good. Aberdeen's doubling down. And you know what? Sometimes that's alright. We have a load of notoriety, though, which is not ideal. Whoops. That's going to turn some evidence. Okay. Progress has been made in our own case, though, which is good. Which is very good. You're allowed to have a good time. God damn. Huh. Damn. Damning evidence. Yeah. Sylvia, I hate to say this to you, but you're going down, like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Bomb Maker, we're going to have a lovely conversation. About something, I presume. Light syndication. I have spoken the words, each hour has its color, but color exists only where there is light. I will go wherever there is light, though it bleach me to glass. I've advanced a step towards a terrible ascension. I must see beneath the skin, whatever the cost. You know what? I think that we can trust Aberdeen with this. I feel like it's only fair that Aberdeen will get to put himself in this position to learn more. Do people agree with me or no? Okay, the next step is work. All right then, we'll see how it works out. What things I might have to do. If there's more lore I might need to collect. A smith's secret. Curious. Alright, this is just level 2 Forge Aspect. 5 continents, smiths have whispered the same words to the iron. Murderers have been known to whisper these words too. And adepts, of course. These words are spoken in ritual to inspire an unmerciful change. Curiouser and curiouser. We're going to need to translate this book from Greek. It's absolutely fair. Just tearing through the library now. Look at how much we're learning. We're growing so much. We're learning more and more. Oh boy. That's tentative evidence against myself. You know what we can do? We can have this guy... Yeah, we'll send someone unsuitable to destroy evidence. Why not? And we're waiting on the culprit, but he's actually snuck off for the time being. So, we would have caught him, if not for the fact he's being a bit of a sneaky beaver at the moment. There was another who would have sent before me. Huh. A bold scheme. What's he up to? Curious. Very curious. Tampering with records. I've gotten myself a bit of notoriety, but that's fine. We can just keep destroying the evidence, can we not? Yeah, I don't see why not, like. Oh, healing. Oh, dude, no interest in that. I'm not gonna spend money fixing up a guy I just paid for. I'm sorry, but it's like... your problem. Read Grace's A True and Complete Accounting of the Aspletian Mysteries of the Roots of the House. This is very obviously not an antique text. At the very least, it has been badly mutilated, but it contains substantial intriguing material, especially a persuasive comparison of the house without walls, without doors to the human body, with its many portals. Very strange. Very strange indeed. Suppose it is what it is. I have a temptation at the moment. My curiosity is becoming a physical need. My eyes will be thresholds. Almost time to perform the work and begin the changes, but I must have enough lantern aspect. Exploration might find more. Exploration could be a good way forward. But I will remind you. Provided this is Suspicion Bureau. What? Normally I'll call that. But there's no one to arrest. Right, well we'll get right back to that then, because we have the evidence on hand. Right? Where'd the damning evidence go? Was it actually consumed? Did he manage to dodge it? Cheeky bugger. Oops. Fair enough then, Sylvia. You've proven a little bit more shrewd than I had honestly anticipated you would be. Huh. Curiouser and curiouser. Right, so we'll get you soon though. Don't think you're gonna be avoiding us forever. Alright, well, Bomb Maker, I'm sorry that you had a bad time, that your light got destroyed or whatever. In the meantime, I am going to see if I can find anyone else who would be, I don't know, interested in helping me learn more about this aspect of the occult. You know, as long as I stop them from practicing in any kind of dangerous capacity, it's honestly the best decision. The direction of death is down, the book explains. The peacock door has been considered a rent or an abrasion, but in some respects is more like a mouth, if not a more treasured point of entry. Discussions of the doors include a rite which may conjure creatures through those doors, although key incantations are missing. Oh boy, other words that walk, and another rite. The vagabond is the only hour that never enters the mansus. This rite must be performed in the right place, in the right time, and the vagabond will take all that rightness from her own. Okay. I'm curious about that. I don't know how to do that, really. That's fine. No, we'll be grand. We'll get another book read, sure. The Viennese Conundrum. And we can just read that out and out. When the individual K attends the meet, black dogs are sacrificed and quartered. When the individual M is in attendance, black mares are found with their throats slashed. I propose that these sacrifices are not necessary, but that our Lygian friends may consider them fitting. Here with diagrams of the mutilations. Ugh. That might make for some grim reading. You know what? We have damning evidence, and we now know that Sylvia is out and about, so I feel like now is a good time to move against her. Oh yeah, we got all the reason we could possibly ask for. Come at me, bro. I'm ripped. Okay, we're to continue on. There we go. Oh, talk about it. Someone to talk to. A day for new acquaintances. Right, well if I've got the passion, then I might be able to find someone. That'd be lovely. Ah, an Ecclesiast's parable. Fascinating. Or, not Ecclesiasts, Assidiasts? The Assidiast's riddle is what may be lost. Each Assidiast's parable is an attempt to answer that riddle. Fair enough, so. Game respects game. Right, picking up these guys here, moving these around. Yeah, evidence isn't much of an issue. We're not suffering from any mental health disorders at the moment. I'm very curious about the lantern aspect. Lantern aspect will need to upgrade this though. I believe it is 6th order lantern aspect. I'll check that once this work is finished here. Because Sylvia, you're going down. I'm so curious to see who will be picking up here then. Ah, another book to study if you wouldn't mind. The War of the Roads. Alright, without too much more issue, we should have a look at that then. Maybe I should read these yellow books next then, because they might give me more lantern aspect. I think that'll be good. And a hanger-on. Okay, I'm fine with that. If we continue to discuss a Watchman's secret though, we might find someone with a bit more, promise? Does that seem like an appropriate response? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. In any event, we've captured yet another cultist who was working to dangerous means. That's not something I can readily support. Now, dedication and enlightenment. I need to be a no. The final fulfillment of a desire is often a conclusion, and it is not enough to hope. I stand or fail on my deeds. Desires are often the means to winning a game. The desire for sensation or power or enlightenment will require a great ritual. There are other, even rarer desires, especially in the ghoul, priest, and dancer expansions. Alright, I have to pass the stag door, and I need... I will need a lantern aspect, so... Interesting. interesting, interesting. I imagine this means I must dream, then. Yes? I can dream of pretty much anything, I imagine. It's asking for moth aspect, so I might as well. I could cut a lock of hair before I sleep to honor the power of the wood. Oh, you were told not to do that. Road. But maybe that would be why. Maybe that would be why we should do it. Because, you know, as detectives, we know if we're looking for more information, cutting this lock of hair could actually be exactly what we need to do. Alright, we'll try it. We'll see how it goes. And a for truth. Interesting. Another aspect of secret history. A detail smuggled in from an adjacent narrative. Don't speak this where you may be overheard. Okay, okay. You know what? We'll keep on keeping on. Translate you from Greek. Oh, swap you out there, buddy. Swap you back. There we go. Translate this text. No issue. Yeah, I mean, we'll have a new rival by the time that our... Yeah, we'll have a new rival well before this expires here, so that's good. What else do we need to do then to keep making a bit of money? What work could I possibly do? I could paint something if I were so inclined, but my passion's a little bit tired at the moment, to be fair. I'm gonna move you back over here. Yeah, tell you what, we can do some like physical labor. It can't hurt. It'll take 45 seconds as well, so you know, it could be nice if we get sick to have a little bit of vitality knocking about. That's perfectly alright. Okay, so yeah, more passions required for the people we're going to meet. No, I'll pop you down here, Mr. Hanger-On. You seem like a decent chap altogether. Right, I'll pop this up here as well. Art, temptation, enlightenment, the Thrycene Way. Road ducks into the trees, pale wings move deep in the wood. I'm stumbling over roots now, attempting to drop to all fours to avoid the low branches. The moon passes behind the black leaves. Though her fingers remain in my hair, I will not forget the way to this place. A buzzing in the brain. Oh boy. Oh boy, right. So, I'm not actually 100% certain what influences do. That's just me. Though we do now have a way to the wood, so this is the first step of many to the beyond. So if we dream of a way to the wood, we take some different paths. Any of these lead to a white door. Curiosity. No. Maybe we just need, higher level lore. Or would the forge lore do it here? It would not. Edge. Would that bring us to the white door? No, these secret truths won't do it. Tell you what, we'll take some passion then. We'll dream with a bit of passion, because entering the wood seems like a good idea for the time being. Lovely, we've got a bit of vitality and some funds. Sweet. No issues here. And with a new person to investigate, Clovette. It's difficult to dislike Clovette, even when one knows what she's done. Well, Clovette, I hate to say it, but I think we could have gotten on, honestly. You're a lovely chap, but at the end of the day, you've been practicing unsafe rituals. And what this means now is that I've got to take you in. Because Aberdeen, he feels like he's the only person who can be responsible for all of these different sins. This text translated now, we can start reading Poemander's Bestiary. Oh, that was kind of spooked me a little bit. We've gotten a little bit sick, unfortunately, but hey, good news, we do have some vitality knocking about. An acquaintance, Elridge. An elegant man of inelegant habits. You know what, Elridge? That's fine. We can discuss such things. I think that's not unreasonable. Well, I'll have a chat with you in a bit. We'll see. I'll keep you on the fringe. Right, my rival appears to have collected some evidence of my quarry's activities. Otter has found evidence of my sins. And this is also of my sins. Well, you know what? That's fine. That's perfectly alright. I have a bit of spare health, and maybe I might be able to find someone who could take a bit of that evidence. Oh, hello. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the dream. We found ourselves a way to the wood. There's much to do yet. So, it's at this point that I think I will love you and leave you. Thank you so much for watching. It's been very good, kind of like going through the improvement of Aberdeen, strengthening his passion and his health. So we've gotten him leveled up quite highly now, and we've started acquiring a lot of lore because we finished acquiring all the books that were on offer at Oriflamme's auction house and at Moreland's bookstore. So, you know, this has actually been quite a successful session. I know it mightn't have been like the most delightful to watch, but look, it all builds from here. Sometimes you gotta just do a bit of the maintenance, and this is a good stream to get it over and done with. Alright, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show you this before we go. Yeah, okay, one more little thing. So I can choose now to either risk it for something here or here, or I can just take the occult scrap and go. And I think I will actually just take the occult scrap because I'm looking for a good bit of lore. Alright, we'll be back here more again in the next stream anyway. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and bye-bye.